All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. I've been talking for 30 minutes without any audio. All right. Well, we'll start over one more time. I'm sorry about that. Once again, this is the special episode of Brownsville Tech Live. We are covering the playoff highlights for today. We'll be doing that throughout the playoffs as well as the finals. Um, this is really a spinoff of our sports shows. As you know, we have another show, Doug's Dugout, which covers the major league. And for our purposes, I've decided to take on covering the final games of the NBA. I'm not somebody that typically follows every single NBA game. In fact, honestly, I kind of wait till the playoffs because that's where it really matters. So for me, I decided to tackle this show, but basically, we're going to be covering where some of the playoffs are today. So let's go ahead and go back to the initial map that I pulled up earlier. And once again, I apologize uh, for um, for the fact that I didn't have the audio on, which is kind of weird, right? Because you know, I would have. Oh, sorry, wrong, wrong sports channel. Give me 1 second here. And basically, here I'm trying to pull up the chart that I had earlier. Here we go. So, for those of you not familiar or familiar with the NBA, there's actually a Western Conference and an Eastern Conference, and there was actually first rounds that happened earlier, and those that actually made it to the first round, including the Denver Nuggets and the Timberwolves, the Phoenix Suns against the Clippers, the Sacramento Kings against the Golden State Warriors, and the Grizzlies versus the Lakers. And after the second round on the Western Conference, that led to the conference semifinals, which includes the Denver Nuggets against the Phoenix Suns, the Golden State Warriors versus the LA Lakers. On the Eastern Conference, we initially had the Bucks versus the Miami Heat. We had the Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks. We had the Philly 76ers against the Nets. And we had the Boston Celtics against the Atlanta Hawks. And out of that first round, it got narrowed to the semifinals, which included the Miami Heat against the Knicks, the Philly 76ers against the Boston Celtics. So the big game tonight, and the one that I have of interest, is the game tonight between the Golden State Warriors and the LA Lakers. I will say that I'm a Golden State Warrior fan. So for you LA Laker fans out there, I'm not one of them. And of course, you know the stats for the Western Conference semifinals include Golden State, which had 44 wins and 38 losses, versus the Los Angeles Lakers, which had 43 wins and 39 losses. On average, on the series, the Warriors had 115.9 points in total versus 112.2 for the LA Lakers. There was 46.4 rebounds on the Warriors versus 49.7 on the LA side. And of course, 27.0 assists versus 24.7 assists. The big thing is going to be the showdown between Stephen Curry, which is one of my favorite players. And by the way, he wasn't always my favorite player. I kind of didn't like him at first because he was kind of snobby. In fact, he still is. But he kind of grew on me. And of course, you've got the aging old man, which is LeBron James. And believe it or not, there's a lot of talk that this is going to be LeBron's last showdown with Stephen Curry. There's talk about retirement. So maybe it will happen, maybe it won't, but this is definitely going to be a showdown for the ages. It will probably be the last time LeBron actually plays against Stephen Curry before being let out on a wheelchair. So this is the big game that I'm following. I don't really care for the other one a whole lot, but we'll definitely have some highlights maybe tomorrow with regards to that game. But the other big news, obviously, is with regards to the MVP. The MVP of the year is going to be announced, or it should be announced here in a few minutes. And basically, it involves three players, and those three players include, um, let's see. Oh man, I lost my page again. That sucks. Hold on. Let's see. Players. Maybe we'll find them here under players. I lost the I lost the link again. I struggled the first time around here. So let's see here. Oh, I know what I had to do. Right? Let's see here. Did I have to go Giannis? I think that's the way I did it. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, iPad. Kick it in. Yeah, so one of the players is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is a power forward, number 34 for the Milwaukee Bucks. And as I mentioned, he is 6'11, 243 pounds. He was born in 1994, which makes him 28 years old. He was drafted back in 2013 on the first round, and his status is currently active. He's been playing for about 9 seasons, and his average this past year has been 31.1 points, 11.8 rebounds, 5.7 assists. And basically, he is one of the players nominated for the most valuable player for the year. So um, the next player that has been nominated is Joel, and I apologize if I'm not mentioning these names correctly. Give me a second here. There he goes. And let's see here. Joel Embiid. He's a center for the 76ers, number 21. He's 7 feet tall, 280 pounds. He was born in 1994. That makes him 29 years old. He actually played for Kansas. He was drafted back in 2014 on the first round. And his status, I believe it says good, but his averages have been 33.1 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. So he is the second candidate named for MVP of the year. So I'm hoping here in a few minutes we'll be able to find out who actually won. The third player, my iPad kicks in here, is Nikola Jovic. And if you give my iPad a little bit of time here to kick in, come on, iPad. Nikola Jovic's also a center. He's number 15. He plays for the Denver Nuggets. He's 6 pounds and 11 inches. He's about 284 pounds. He was born in 1995, which makes him about 28 years old. And he was drafted back in 2014 in the second round. He is active, and he's played for 7 seasons. His averages is 24.5, 11.8 rebounds, 9.8 assists. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of those three guys make it to the MVP. And like I said, the big game right now is, for me, at least, it's the game between the Golden State Warriors and the LA Lakers. So it'll be interesting to see the young versus the old tonight. And go Golden State. So that's it for tonight's short episode. Once again, I apologize for the audio. It's a good thing that we've got viewers out there that are constantly watching after me. But basically, this is the NBA playoff highlights for this evening. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully around the same time, to cover some results of tonight's games and talk about what's ahead. So I thank everybody for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good evening, everybody.